Hello Internet, this is crazy, and welcome. Plushies. A lot of plushies. I like plushies. Do you like plushies? Well, you should like plushies, because plushies are great. Yeah, this will be a big review of all those 4 plushies. Yeah, without any further let's start with the first one, which will be Twilight for a specific reason. This is those plushies. All those plushies are made by a company called Fourth Dimension. Link in the description. You can get them there. And the reason why I start with Twilight is because Twilight is actually 2 years old. Yeah, 2 years old. I already I think it was 2 years. 2 years old. I already bought her a while back when Fourth Dimension first released her, and yeah, this plushie made me fall in love with Fourth Dimension plushies because, in my opinion, they are the best official plushies you can get. So for a reasonable price, that is. So we all know how expensive commissions can be, and trust me, I commissioned a lot of plushies. I know what I'm talking about. My most expensive plushie did cost. That's the right tense, right? Yeah. English is so difficult for someone who doesn't learn it from birth. Anyway, my most expensive plushie did cost $280. Euros, that is. So if you if you are overseas in the US, that would be a bit more like 290, maybe 300. I don't know how the course is at the moment, but yeah, I'm one of those crazy people. I mean, look at the channel you're watching. Anyway, I bought her a while back. I'm really happy I bought her. I mean, just look at this cutie. Aside from the bell, because I added that. No, the bell is also great, because it makes this sound and makes her like 10 times more cute. Isn't that cute? Don't you want to hug her? Yeah. Yeah, well, like all the Fourth Dimension plushies, she's made out of minky fabric. But, and we are coming to that, no, actually, I will talk about that now. The Twilight I have, I don't know if they changed that. So keep that in mind. They might have changed it. I don't know. The fabric they made them out of changed. So this Twilight is made with a different kind of minky fabric. At least it kind of feels like it. Yeah. A different kind of minky fabric than all those other 3, because those 3 were released fairly recently, and yeah, as I said, this one is really old compared to those 3. But I thought I will do a review on her too, because fuck it. Yeah, let's look at a main. This is the main from the top. This is actually a hole. As you let's see, yeah, this is a hole. I can stick my finger through here, and yes, you can do this, which you won't do like me, because you're not as cruel as I am. Oh, sorry. Yeah, embroidered eyes and cutie mark, like with all Fourth Dimension plushies, which is really great. It is a really great job here. As you can see, look at this. This is a really, really good job on the cutie mug. Do you see that? Yeah. Also the eyes. Really good job. So, those do cost. I already forgot how to tell you how much they cost. Those cost 25-ish bucks. Yeah, around $25. And if you are German like me, you have to add shipping, which is I don't know. Back then, I think it was another 25. They lowered it, but it's still above $10. Even above $15, so around 20, I think it was. I already forgot that, but keep that in mind. And you may have to pay taxes. I did not have to pay taxes for this one here. I remember that, but I did have to pay taxes for those. Just for the record, I got those two in one package and then the Applejack later because they started the pre-order for those two first, and then in December the pre-order for Applejack, which I also bought. And yeah, I've had to pay taxes for both packages, so keep that in mind. Yeah, there's really not much I have to say about this Twilight, aside from I love her. Just look at the good pattern they have. They had is just it almost it does not quite look like an adult Twilight. It more looks like more of a light child or filly Twilight after she got her cutie mark, which is also really, really cute. Oh, is she cute? She's cute. She is so cute. I like her. She's really, really cuddly, and like all Minky fabric. Minky fabric is cuddly, so don't worry, she is cuddly and worth every single buck. So, let's put her to the side, and let's move on to my favorite of those four, because how it basically looks. This is Rainbow Dash, obviously, and yeah, different fabric, as I said. It is ultimately it is way more cuddly than the other fabric Twilight is made out of. It's still cuddly, it's still great, but yeah, they improved. They improved on the fabric with those three here. I don't know if they've changed that for Twilight 2, but yeah. Let me just know. Yeah, still, as you can see, great job on the cutie mark. Look at that. I know it's produced in an industrial environment, but that doesn't mean it has to be good. We all know that. And look at the tail. It's a great tail with the colors, and she just looks so colorful. Here you have the mouth from the front. They also improved a bit on that one since the last plushies. And the eyes. Also great job. Do you see that? Isn't that a great job? Yeah. I mean, there's just... Seriously, guys, for $25, you cannot get a better Dashi, in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of the Nikki and Build-A-Beer you can get here, because the Nikki ones, the smaller they are, the better they look. So I have the keychain, I have a Fluttershy keychain, it's about this size. It looks fine. The bigger they get, the weirder it looks. And in the end, I'm not a big fan of those. And don't get me started on the Build-A-Beer ones, because in my opinion, the Build-A-Beer are... It is my opinion, but in my opinion, they don't look great. So, yeah, I waited for Fourth Dimension to release their plushies, and I don't regret it, especially with Rainbow Dash. So here, let me get you a close shot on the wings. Those are 2 parts stitched together. They're quite large, and you can flap them around if you want. The other side, they are not filled with cotton or something like that, so they are empty. But I like them. I really like the work on this Rainbow Dash. So yeah, as I said, this plushie is really worth every penny, really. So if you're looking for a Rainbow Dash, and you want to get a Rainbow Dash, buy the Rainbow Dash from 4th Dimension. If you haven't already commissioned one, that is, of course. And if you're a Rainbow Dash fan, get her too, because Rainbow Dash. Awesome! So, let me get to the next one. That will be Rarity. So, Rarity is a special case for me. First of all, her mane. Yeah. Looks a bit weird. I don't blame them. Ultimately, I don't blame them, because Rarity's mane is a nightmare. And let me get another Rarity. I have 2. Because reasons. So here's a second Rarity. This is a commissioned Rarity, and yes, she has hearts in her eyes. I will put a link to the Creators DeviantArt channel into the description. She's a friend of mine, so give her some love for this work. Anyway, this plushie is a commissioned one, and this has a how does one say that? God damn it. Let me look that up. Wire. God damn it, I could have figured that out myself. Anyway, it's a little metal wire in her hair, so you can form her hair like that. But that clearly is a minus on the cuddliness meter. So yeah, you have to sacrifice something. Either you have perfect hair or cuddliness, and yeah, it depends. It really, really, really depends. But other than with wire, you cannot really, cannot do her tail just with fabric. That's not possible. Especially, yeah, the mane also, especially the tail, it is not possible. And still, what is that? What is that? Why is that? I mean, I get it. It's supposed to look like this if she is standing around, but what? And also, it just looks like, I don't know. I'm really not a fan of a tail. Really, I really am. So this is the only critique I have at this plushie, because no, it does. I mean, still, it costs $25, and for $25, it's still the best Rarity, official Rarity, because it's licensed. It is like the other plushies. So yeah, it's the best you can get aside from commission. And commissions can be really expensive, as I said. But still, I don't know. If I really have to compare them to the others, like Rainbow Dash and Twilight, aside from that, still, look at this. This looks great. Doesn't it look great? It looks great. Really great. The eyes. Wonderful eyes. And, did I mention that? Probably not, because if you, as you can see it, you can see it more with the Twilight. If you look at the head, do you see it? Different heads. And no, that's not because this Twilight is older and this is newer. No. Aside, if you look at Rainbow Dash, different head. So, yeah, even if you compare that to Twilight, so if you put Twilight to next to Rainbow Dash, different heads. She has a longer nose than Twilight. So, yeah, they have a different pattern, and I like it. I really like it. Gives them a bit of personality. So, I mean, they made a really great job with the head, with her nose and the eyes and the horn. And yeah, overall the mane looks good. By the way, it's stitched sewn on here. As you can see, it's stitched here with like 1-2 stitches. So you can remove that. You can totally, if you don't want that, you can cut it fairly easily. It is not that difficult. We will get to that. So if you don't want like that, you can totally open that up and free the mane. So yeah, and you can easily put it back together. It really is maybe 1 or 2 stitches here. So yeah, also anyway, aside from the tail, enough of that. Aside from the tail, really great plushie. Again, I would recommend it. Aside from the tail, okay, whatever, tail. The rest is great. By the way, it may look like it on the capture, but this is not white. It is not white. It is more, and the closest I can describe it is ice color. It has a light blue shine to it. If you look closely, it probably now, yeah, a bit on the capture. I mean, if I put the Rarity next to it, can you see that? It is not completely white. It is a slightly blue, grayish color or shine. This is completely white. This isn't. So yeah, which is a nice touch. Also a nice touch on Rarity, which I like. So yeah, our favorite marshmallow is not white. Again, recommended. Just bleh. What the fuck? Anyway, so and now to the final attraction, the newest addition. This is Applejack, and let's get the obvious out of the way. Still, a great job on the work here. Look at that. This is really high quality, and even the stitching work here and there is really high quality. The same cuddly minky fabric as the other 3, aside from Twilight, as I said. And yeah, here's the mane from the front. This is probably, I would prefer it a bit round, a bit more stuff material would have been great in my opinion, but this is just an opinion thing. I've seen also commissioned ones where people preferred it like this, so this really is. A little critique on the tail, the form isn't really mine. I mean, it always hangs between her legs. I don't know why. Why isn't it like this? I don't know. What's wrong with that? It's like this. Just a minor one. Just a minor one. She is still great. She also has a slightly different head like the other ones. It's a bit smaller than Rarity's, and I think the nose is roughly the same, but I'm not sure. Let's get Rarity back for a reference. Let's put that together. Slightly different. A slightly different nose, in my opinion. So, yeah, as I said, this is a nice touch. So, would I recommend her? This is hard. Not without a mod. And I made a slightly modification to her. And that's this. You mean the hat? No, not the hat. I mean this. So you added a card. Why? This is not possible. You mean removing the hat from the head? Yes. Indeed, this is not possible. When you get there, the hat is look it up. Suit on. I apologize for that one, but the hat is suit on. It is suit on to the ears. So the ears, it's really stiff too. Like it was really like you could not move the head. It was really hard to move the head, and the ears were just what? I don't get it. And also on the back there was also a it was also a suit on the back and the two ears. So like this. I don't really get it. Why? There is a reason. I really ask why, because this hat you hear it is really hard. So put that on, cuddle her, and you will know what I mean. Not cuddly at all. Not cuddly. Totally. So yeah, I don't know why they did that. I mean, this mod took me what 20 minutes, and I'm not talented with this. So put that on. I mean, you could add like something like a magnet in her hair or something like that, but that would be a bit too much. So I was like, yeah, a little cord would do the trick. So yeah, I will change that to something that looks a bit better, like a leather cord. But for now, I used this little thread. So yeah, and it holds. You see, it's perfect. Why? Why didn't you do that? There's no reason for that not to. I mean, you cannot cuddle her with the hat on. This totally isn't possible. You can cut your throat with those things here. Yeah, probably not your throat, but it really hurt. The first time I cuddled her, I did not expect that to be hard, and I jammed that into my throat, which was not a good idea to do. So, yeah, this little mod, remove the hat from the head, and just add this, put it through the pre-made holes that were used to sew that onto her head, and there you go, a simple Applejack mod for the fourth dimension plushie, which is like 10 times better than the thing they did. I mean, yeah, Applejack is always with her. You see her always with her hat, but also it is a nice to have. Agree? Agree. You probably agree. So, yeah. Aside from that, a really nice Applejack. So if you do this mod to her, still recommendation to ignore that. Recommendation to bums. Recommendation to all of them. And the reason you're probably asking why didn't I get the Fluttershy and the Pinkie Pie? There's a simple reason. I already have had that as a commissioned plushie, so I wasn't interested in getting them again. But you can probably expect you can expect a similar quality from all those. So don't expect anything less from fourth dimension. And all I have to say, fourth dimension, the best official plushies you can get. There's no denying that. There's this really great quality on all of those. I can still show you that. Look at that. It is really good quality. Again, the eyes, the cutie marks, the colors, the fabric, and then the price of just $25. Get them. Why don't you have... Get them. Go into the description down below. There are links. Get them. They are great. Buy them. If you want plushies, there is no way around these, in my opinion. So, yeah. And aside from her hat and her tail, still, what the fuck? I can totally recommend those plushies. And again, you can always mod them. I mean, yeah, this just took 10 minutes and it already did such a great job, such a great addition to this plushie. I'm seriously amazed why they didn't do that in the first place. But enough talk. That's all for now. And until then, until the next time, whenever that will be, if you are interested in some Let's Plays, you can come along onto my second channel, where I do some Let's Plays. For instance, if this look here-ish, here-ish, and watch me play Homeward Remastered, one of my favorite games of all times, or a remaster of my favorite games of all time. Homeward 1 Remastered, and I'm also doing a Shovel Knight Let's Play if you're interested in that, where I fuck up a lot. And I don't know. Come across if you want, don't if you don't. Just keep in mind, I've already just started with this channel, and I'm not that great. I'm making a good impression here, right? That's how you do a good impression, right? Come, click here, there-ish, please, or not. Please, offer those. Do it for the plushies. Please. See you there. Oh, hardly. Bye.